let's start having a YouTube interview with Italo. I will introduce about Italo. Italo is my friend who is entering to Hult MBA program. So we will learn at the same class in September. So today I have a conversation in this YouTube interview. Thank you for coming, Italo, today.
Thank you for the invitation, Taisha. I'm pleased to be here.
Yeah. Italo, please introduce about yourself a little. Could you tell about yourself?
Sure. I'm Italo Hidalgo. I am Peruvian. I studied industrial engineering in my country, and I've been working over 7 years so far.
I
As
see.
you mentioned, I am planning to study abroad in San Francisco at Hult this fall in September. I'm very happy about it, and I'm looking forward to meet all of you guys.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for introduction about yourself. And uh, uh, Italo, I want to ask you one question. What do you do in Peru now?
Well, I'm currently working at a company that is based in the US. This company sells insurances in the United States,
Insurance.
and I am part of the business intelligence team. Um,
Okay.
I'm currently a sales operations manager. Basically, I try to help the agents get their credentials and licenses in order to have all that they need to be set to be selling the products. And with that information, I try to build some reports and dashboards for the company to make better business decisions.
Oh, very cool job. Oh, thank you for telling me. But Italo, I came to San Francisco 1 month ago, and I came here when I came here only 3 days. I used insurance in America for the first time. It is because I had a little trouble to have a little disease, so I used insurance. The insurance name may be Elicar Insurance. Do you know this insurance? No?
Um, yeah, I've heard a couple of them, but not sure if the one you're mentioning.
Okay. But I think it's very difficult to explain about insurance service and to sell. It's very difficult, I think. But how do you sell Italo when you sell insurance?
Well, I don't directly sell that, but I've been learning the terms that they use in the insurance industry. Yeah, at
I see.
first it was really complicated because I didn't have a background in this area,
I
but
see.
I've been learning throughout all this time, and there are certain terms and some parts of the coverage of some plans that I've been learning. So I can say that now I'm more familiar with those terms. And well, for sure, I will be using that when I move into the US, and that has been really helpful for me so far.
I see. I understand. I gotcha. Thank you for telling me. And what you told me about you try to build some reports and dashboards for the company to
Yeah.
make better business decision. How do you make this report?
Well, basically, I need to get the information from the transactional systems that
I see.
the company has, and then I try to clean the data because sometimes the data is not uh, necessarily in the best way to be analyzed. So that's what I
I
do.
see.
And once the data is okay, uh,
Okay.
I build a report basically in Power BI, which is the main tool I use for those dashboards. But there are times when we also use the typical Excel for
Okay.
simple reports. Uh, I would say that uh, working with Power BI is really amazing. I really like that because you can add many options, many visualizations and it's very interactive, and that's what uh, the people in the company like to see, because that allows them to see the trends and analyze the things that happen in real time.
Oh, thank you. It's so cool. I haven't used Power BI, but I want to try to use. I want to learn from you. Uh, yeah,
Sure.
it's very good solution, I think. And when I was a university student, I worked in university, and I try to use business intelligence tool, BI tool, and I make some dashboard for real estate. You are trying to report about insurance, but I try to data analyzing in real estate field. So I remembered my experience in the university. Yes, thank
Oh, that's
you.
it.
Okay, yeah, it's very fun job for me, and I learned a lot from this process when I was university student. Okay. And Italo, your job is so cool. But how did you find this job for the first time?
Well, I found my current job by searching on LinkedIn. Uh, this was
LinkedIn.
something
Oh, I
that,
see.
yeah, LinkedIn. It was the time when it was actually the first time I get a job by searching in LinkedIn, because my previous jobs were found by some job fairs or some uh, job postings that I found in my
I see.
university's platforms. Yeah, and I found this job and I really liked the company. I read before. The first thing I did when I found this job was to read about the company, and I saw that it was a very nice and interesting company. And I also liked the functions of the position. So I decided to apply, and I passed all the filters and, and all the processes in the recruitment. So I'm here, and it's been almost 2 years and a half so far.
Okay.
But I've learned a lot, and I'm always trying to come up with new, innovative solutions for whatever they need. And I guess that's what I should keep doing.
I see. Thank you for telling me. But when you're searching on LinkedIn, how do you use LinkedIn?
Um, well, I basically use it for checking for some uh, interesting, let's say, job posts. Sometimes I have friends who are also looking for jobs, and I would like to give them
I see.
suggestions. But I also like to follow some important, let's call them, like, people who have a lot of influencers about uh, uh, topics related to technology or
Yeah,
innovation, because I love reading that, and that really helps me a lot because I can enrich myself. And that's mainly what I do on LinkedIn.
I see. Not using only for searching jobs. You search some topics that you have interest. It's very good
Yes.
way how to use LinkedIn. I learned from you. Thank you. I will try to check topic that I'm interested in.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
cool.
thank you. And Italo, why did you choose the job? Please tell me honestly.
Basically because when I started working, when I became for the first time an intern in a company, I was in a international trade industry, and then I moved to the
Okay,
health industry. Uh, uh, I belong to commercial areas, but then I decided that I needed to change the field that I was working on. So I decided to start working with data more directly, and to get a deeper analysis of the information. So when I found this job, I saw that the functions were very related to what I was looking for. So that's why I applied. Uh, when I got the position and I started working, I saw that this is what I really want to do from now on. So uh, that's why I enjoy doing what I do now, and I'm always looking for ways to learn new things related to data analysis. And as you previously mentioned, that's why I'm going to the Master in Business Analytics in San Francisco, because I need to enhance those skills and also learn some tools that will be helpful for my career path.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. And Italo, when you were a university student, um, did you take your classes in English, all classes?
Uh, you mean if I took English classes?
Yes, I want to know. I learned in Japanese university.
Okay.
I took all class, math and so on. I took in Japanese. I learned in Japanese. So I have a little trouble now. I'm studying mathematics again in English. I know the meaning, formula or and so on. I can understand everything, but I cannot understand over 50% English word and sentences in mathematics. I have a little struggle, and I'm trying to remember English words about mathematics. So I asked you, you have all class in English?
Okay, yeah, I got your question. No, in this case, my classes in college were in Spanish, my native language. Uh, but
Spanish. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
I was in Spanish. Yeah,
okay.
it will be a little bit hard for me to listen to the class in English. Yeah, but
Okay.
I've been kind of preparing myself by watching videos of math classes in English, and I think that I will get familiar with those terms, so that when I have the chance to go to an English class of math, that won't be that hard for me.
Yeah, thank you for telling me. But I want to ask you one question. Spanish and English are similar language. Japanese and English are very different structure. So for Japanese people to learn English are very difficult, I think. But Spanish and English, how do you think about Italo? Very different structure or similar structure?
I would say that Spanish and English have a similar structure. The
I see.
only main difference could be that the order of the if you put an adjective and a noun,
Okay,
usually in
I got
English
you.
the adjective goes before the noun. In
Okay,
Spanish, it's the opposite. But
okay.
I mean, I would say that that's the main difference. But the structure in general, it's the same. That's why for me or for all Spanish speaking people, it's not that hard to learn English.
Oh, I see. I envy your native language, Spanish. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know. Thank you for telling me. And people who live in Peru can speak English. Most of the people who live in Peru can speak English.
I'm sorry. Could you please repeat your question?
Okay. Can most of the people who live in Peru speak English?
No, actually, most people only speak Spanish. Besides that, there
I
is
see.
another language here, which is Quechua. I don't know if you've heard that, but this is a typical language that they speak here in Peru.
Okay.
Only I would say that only 20% of the population in Peru uh, would have. or normally speak like a second language besides Spanish.
Oh, I see. 20%. I think 10% of Japanese people can speak English. Yes. But 20% is very large amount of population, I think. Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. Somehow it's a large population. I guess the people who learn English has been increasing uh, lately
I
because
see.
there's more demand of positions that require this language. For example, all
Yeah.
the tech positions would normally require this English as a second language because you need to
Yeah.
program and sometimes you need to work with people that are based in the US or any other country
Yeah.
in the world. So English is a must for sure.
When you enter working company, now working company, did you have English interview?
Yes, when when I started the application for this position, my first
Okay.
interview was in English. Uh,
Okay.
but then I had also in the other stages of this recruitment process, I also had some other interviews, but with people from the US. So this was definitely in English, and I really like that because I could interact with them directly and
Okay.
get to know their culture. It was the first time I worked directly with people with American people, but I can
I
say
see.
that it's been really good. It's been really fascinating all this experience.
I see. Thank you for telling me your awesome experience. And did you prepare for your interview?
Well, I read some articles about the company. I watched some videos. I wanted to
Okay.
see how big the company was or which states the company have operations in. So
Okay.
yes, whenever I have an interview, I always like to do some research before so that I
Yeah.
can have a wide overview of the situation.
Okay. Thank you. Preparation is very important thing to have an interview before. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Hello, you told me about 20% people, people can speak English. But how did you learn English in Peru?
Okay. Well, when I was still in high school, I took some
Okay,
English classes in an institute in my country. That
I see.
after finishing that, I would say that my English level was not so good. So
I see.
what I started doing was watching TV series in English at first with
Oh,
subtitles, and after that, I tried to hide the subtitles in order for my ear to get used to English. Um, Not only watching videos, but also reading some articles. I subscribe myself to some newsletters in the internet. I have one
okay.
favorite website that is um, if I'm not wrong, the name is Charts, and this is a newsletter that sends me 2 articles per week in English, and
I
it
see.
has a very important and updated information about the current technology trends, which is my field of interest. Basically, those two things, watching videos and reading a lot, is the key for me to improve my English and to also learn new terms. Um,
Okay.
if if I were to recommend people who are still learning English, I would say that
Okay.
not only follow the typical classes that you take in a school, but also watch videos because you will learn idiomatic expressions, and you will also learn some phrasal verbs. I guess phrasal verbs are really important in order for you to have a good fluency in English.
Thank you for telling me how to learn English. It's very interesting topic. Italo, I want to ask you, please, when you start to learn English, since high school student?
Yes, yeah. Since I was in, well, actually, since I was in elementary school, uh,
Oh,
but- yeah, but it was very basic in elementary
I got.
school. Yes.
Okay. You started to learn English, focusing since high school student, maybe. And I want to know, watching videos is very important thing you told, but I want to know the recommend. Uh, it's a good um, movies or videos you like to learn English. Please tell me concrete title.
Oh, the first videos I watched
Okay.
were Disney movies. Uh, Disney
Disney
movies in English.
movies. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was at the beginning, but after that, I started watching like Netflix series, and this is
Netflix.
this has been what I've been doing for so long a time. Actually,
Okay.
the last TV series I finished watching was You in Netflix. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's
Okay.
about yeah. I'm gonna tell you a fun fact about this series because in one of the last seasons, uh, this this series was based in a place called Madre Linda in California, and
Yeah.
sometimes the places are real, but sometimes they are fictional. And in this case, I thought it was a real place, but when I look it up in Google Maps, I realized that this was a fictional place. Um, well, I really like following all the story, and I really think it's a very interesting plot. Besides that, I've been watching Manifesto lately, and also there's one series that is called uh, Breaking Bad, which is also
Breaking
very
Bad.
famous.
I think.
Yes, yes, those are the top series I've been watching lately, and I've learned a lot. As I mentioned, I learned new expressions. I learned the way people communicate with each other, and also learn different accents because for example, in the fourth season of You, that is
Okay.
based in the UK, so the English
Yeah.
there is different from the American English,
Yeah. Yes, English accent, American English and English. Um. Um.
British. Yes,
Yes, British English is a little different pronunciation. Yeah.
yes, yes, for sure.
Yes. I see. Thank you for telling me. Okay. I will try to watch some titles. But Italo, don't you use YouTube channel? YouTube movie? No?
Uh, well, yeah. Uh, before I started watching a TV series in Netflix, I used to watch
Okay.
movies in YouTube as well. Yep.
Oh, I
Uh,
see.
for example, when I try to follow something that I'm interested in, like traveling tips or getting, for example, recommendations of
I see.
movies, or something else, or of music, I normally watch some YouTube videos and get those recommendations. Yeah, yeah, that's also something I do.
Okay. But I guess after you work in a current company, your English is better and better, I think. Is it correct?
Yes, for sure, because my job requires me to have everything in English. All my daily meetings are
Yeah,
held in English, and also the reports I make are in English. So everything is in English. My daily routine is in this language, which I love and I really enjoy using. Yes, I can say
I
that
see.
working in the company I work now has been really helpful also to keep practicing this language.
Thank you. It's very good environment to learn English if you have to use English. And
Yes.
uh, about 3 months ago, I started a sushi restaurant for foreigners in Tokyo. I have to talk in English with customers coming our restaurant. So my maybe my English skill is better and better since I started to talk foreigners at sushi restaurant. It's very good occasion to have conversation in business situation or at school. I'm living in San Francisco now, so I go out. I have to use English. Yes, most of the people cannot speak Japanese, so it's very good experience for me, and it's good environment for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and San Francisco, it's definitely one of the most beautiful locations and where you can find a lot of cultural diversity. So you will
Exactly.
definitely meet people from all over the world, and English is the best language you can use for talking with them.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Thank you. Okay, Italo. Next question. What you work your company, but types of people do you want to work?
Oh, well, I enjoy working with people from different backgrounds. For example,
Okay.
that they come from different industries, because I can talk with them and learn about their former jobs. I can learn about the way they think. When we have to solve any problem, uh, people will come with different ideas, and that will help me create a better idea to improve the situation. I also like working with people who are um open to new ideas, who are easygoing, and
Yeah.
who love working as a team. This is something really important that a lot of companies appreciate a lot, because you can do everything on your own. You always need to go to somebody, or to resort to some other areas that can help you complete something. And I believe that this is uh, one of the most important values that I'm looking for in people I can work with.
I see. Thank you for telling me. I think it's a very important thing. For example, you told me working as a team or open to new mind. I think I agree with you, and it's very important thing to work as a team. And if we try to achieve some goal, uh, these 2 points are essential points, I think. Thank you for telling me.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. Okay, Tao. Last question. Last question. Last question is, why did you decide to come to San Francisco? You told me a little, but last question, why did you come to San Francisco? And if you have some message to people who come to who are going to San Francisco as you, so yeah, I want to ask this question.
Okay. Well, I chose San Francisco because it's one of the most important cities of the United States, and it's very close to
Yes.
the Pacific Ocean, and it has incredible landscapes and views. This is something that I definitely love, and also that it's very close. I actually checked that in Google Maps. It's just 39 miles away from Silicon Valley. As you know, Silicon
Okay.
Valley, it's an important location and is home to many important tech companies. So what I'm planning to do is studying in San Francisco, and also getting closer and closer to those tech companies, because I plan to work in one of those, like for example Google, Facebook, or Apple. That's my dream. That's where I'm trying to work hard on in order to get. Even though I know that San Francisco it's a very expensive city, I will have
Yeah.
to I will have to tighten my belt because I'm trying to save as much as possible in order to be able to survive in the city. I know it's going to be a very hard struggle, but I know that I can do it. So
Okay.
I'm really excited to start living in San Francisco and living the experience that you are probably living now. The message I would give to others who are also planning to come to San Francisco is that you're going to start like a new life in a different city, but it's something that you have to do. You need to get out of your comfort zone if you really plan to achieve great things in your life. So that's something that I would tell others to encourage them to continue uh, fighting for their dreams and making everything possible by working really hard. I also would add that San Francisco is a millennial city. I mean, uh,
Okay.
you can find people who are very young, but also you can find people that come from all over the world. So I believe that networking in that city is going to be really enriching. And this is also one of the perks that I see in this city because I will be able to meet maybe who knows future associates for making business. This is something that is really fascinating for me, and I'm really looking forward to going to San Francisco this fall.
Yeah, thank you for telling your dream and advice for people coming to San Francisco. I'm living San Francisco now. It's very good place to have to meet many people who come from all over the world. Italo told. I agree with you, and I think so too. So I'm looking forward to see in San Francisco uh, to see Italo in San Francisco, and I'm looking forward to have sushi party with Italo in San Francisco. It is because this place is very good place to connect people who work Google, Facebook, Amazon, and so on. There are many opportunities. So I'm looking forward to have sushi party with Italo. Thank you for today, Italo.
Thank you, Taisha. Thank you for the
Yeah,
invitation, and I'm also definitely I'm going to enjoy the sushi parties with you. It's going to be an awesome experience for sure.
yeah. See ya. Bye
See ya. Bye bye.
bye.